All right, guys. I'm down here in the park on South Wenatchee, and I just met this guy here, Joseph. He says he's from, kind of grew up around Leavenworth, been homeless about 26 years, and nobody ever stops by to ask folks what they think of the situation and what would have to change for them. So, what do you think the root of the problem here is, Joseph, with so many folks living in the street? Why has it come to this?
We need affordable living, something that we could afford if we're getting any sort of income, But all the affordable stuff is what they call affordable. Oh, $2,000. Well, who the fuck homeless that can afford that?
Yeah.
So if you're on a disability, you're not going to afford that.
So on disability, if you don't have a home, how do you get a check? How does that work? Like, where do you get it?
Mine's direct deposit.
Direct deposit to a checking account.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what do you think the biggest hindrance to getting a job that would pay enough to afford that $2,000 is? Like,
well, if you're not retired like me, if you're not retired, I quit working. I don't have no choice because my disability is saving me anyway.
now, there's a lot of guys out here that are
There's a lot of guys
a lot younger than you.
Yeah, but they're just lazy. They don't want to do nothing.
Would you say, so the community believes that it's mostly a drug problem. Do you agree with that or not agree
Oh,
with that?
fuck yeah.
Okay, and then,
Fentanyl's got these fuckers that's more stupid than they ever were before.
okay, so let's say that some guys under the bridge over there that are in their 20s and they're getting fentanyl. Where do they get the money for the fentanyl?
Panhandle, fly a sign.
Is that enough?
Yeah, maybe 10 or 20 bucks. Got it made, you can get some.
And then there's a new drug and alcohol rehab center coming. It's going to be built out in Malaga. What do you think? What do you think of that?
Personally, I don't think it's really going to work unless somebody really wants to rehab, Basically, they got to want to. Most of these people don't want to. They only go because of court forces them.
Because the court ordered them, and
Yeah.
that was kind of my thesis going into this, and I just wasn't sure. That's why I stopped by to ask. But so the court tells you to go, tells one of these guys to go. They go in. Their heart's not in it. What would it take to get them to where their heart was in it?
That one I can't really answer. Hard telling. Everybody's different, so it'd just be a guess, and I still don't have one. Me, I just never did it. I used to smoke pot, but I don't ever do that anymore.
Do you think that it is too easy to be homeless?
For them, probably. They don't have to worry about that.
So if we made you
They
king
don't have
for
no bills or nothing, no place to stay or nothing. They don't have anything to care about.
if we made you king for a day, what's the first thing you would do to fix it?
Well, first thing I do is get to some sort of affordable housing, whatever they can afford. Only no drugs on the property. Anybody caught gets kicked out of it. Don't get to come back.
Okay.
That would be a start because you get them off the street and they wouldn't be sitting out here in a bridge and underneath it all over the place. Shitting and pissing where they got to go because they don't even put a porta potty out here. The parking is too cheap. I'd
Okay.
rather see people shitting and pissing in the park.
Do you think
I mean, people are that rude too. Some are just that stupid, I guess. You can't fix stupid.
how much theft do you think there is?
But I don't know. I haven't really heard what the rate was.
Well, I mean,
I know
what
as far
do
as-
you see here? Do you think people are just
around here, it's mostly bicycles.
mostly bicycles?
Yeah, or sometimes whatever they lift from the store.
Yeah. So, okay, so you said affordable house. Let's say that you're king for a day. You built a bunch of units, and what if they were $200 or $300?
That'd probably be feasible. Most of them probably couldn't afford it anyway because they don't
Well,
make any money.
there lies the rub. Like, you
Yeah.
make it $200 or $300, and they're still on the
I was
street because they
always
can't come up with
thinking-
$200 or $300.
I was thinking like having a hotel, whatever they can afford, whatever they can. $10, $1, whatever. You can spend the night, take off in the morning.
Okay, I feel like that would solve the issue
That would
of
help
the
it anyway.
actual homelessness. But what about the hopelessness? What about the lack of desire? You said if there was an opportunity for people to get clean, they probably wouldn't anyway.
No,
If
they
you offered them a job, they're not going to take it.
Most likely
So
not.
is that because the game is too hard to win, like the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Because I've talked to some of these cats, and it's like, even if you said, I'm going to pay you $20 an hour, they still don't want to do it.
No.
So
You just want to have the easy life and get high all the time.
right, okay, easy life and get on all the time.
I've seen those people doing that fentanyl all the time, and you're sitting there going, good, flop roll. No, it fucks them up in the head. They're not the same person they were before they started.
What if is there a way you can punish them out of it? Like literally lock them up or something like that? Or
Well, they've been trying to do that, but
then it's just a hot shower and a place to stay, and you're just right back on the street tomorrow.
Next thing you know, they're PR and they're out in the street again. They had to sit some time for what they did, and they probably wanted to get them smarter. At least they'd have a chance to clean up while they're in there.
We're not really coming up with any solutions here. We're just defining the same problem again. So
There's not many solutions for it, really. I mean, you can make solutions, but the people have got to be willing to do it. I know they're not.
okay, so I just got back from Croatia, and Croatia's kind of, Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
And
but that was nice.
it's a poor country. There's a lot of poverty there. But what there wasn't there is, homeless people in the streets and drug addicts everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like maybe different family values, different structure in that way.
Well, probably is. Most foreign countries have different religions. They strongly help each other. That's what families are supposed to do. But families in the United States don't help each other. A lot of them fall apart. Especially that's where it starts from the family. If the family doesn't support you, want to help you, where are you going to go?
What was your family like?
My grandmother raised me. She was great. I was the only child.
You said you've had some jobs. You said you worked construction and you did some other stuff.
Pretty much all my life. Worked in a warehouse, worked up in pass, log, bell trees, did this, that. A little bit of everything to get by.
Yeah.
I didn't like sitting around not making money.
Would you take a job now?
Well, I find something I could actually do. He disabled me because I can't hardly breathe. So just even walking his bike got put away, I just started getting winded.
Yeah. Lung issue?
And COPD.
Oh, okay.
But they want to shove inhalers in, and there are cures, but that costs money, which I'm going to go ahead and try to find the customer service number, order one. Because out of 35,500 people, within 6 days they were getting rid of their inhalers. Of course, that's not good for a big farm because they're losing money. They don't want to tell you the secret to it. And it's all herbs.
Well, I see, the Parks Department just came by and flicked on the sprinklers, and that kind of moves everybody around. And I noticed that, quite a bit has been spent cleaning up this park, and it seems like the problem just goes on and on. If you had to say, put yourself in the shoes of the citizens that are all driving by here, they want to see this cleaned up. What is the one thing that you think would get everybody out of this park permanently?
I'm not really sure what it. I mean, with those guys that are smoking fentanyl, they don't even care. They just move from one spot to the next spot.
So what do you do with somebody who literally just doesn't care? Like, that is the issue, right? They just
permanently trespass them or some shit like that.
Yeah, but then, okay, so you permanently trespass them, they show back up, you arrest them.
But then, by law, you can't actually really trespass anybody in a park. It's not legal.
Right. So it seems like it's almost like the softness of law enforcement just kind of basically allows it to continue because
they pop
there's
up all
no
the time, but they're not doing anything with it. They're just watching it.
Yeah, but they scatter like cockroaches and they're right back 10 minutes later.
Cockroach,
Yeah.
How fast, I can't believe how fast they move. I'm sitting going, holy shit. In my day, man, that'd make me look guilty. I don't get them run even if I was,
Yeah, you gotta move fast.
Yeah, I just sit there and say, hey, whatever, talk to them.
So, all right, we're running kind of long here. So I guess we're not learning anything new here. Let's get something going in the comment section. I can see how this is going to go already. It's going to be, put more resources into it on one side, and another side saying, just iron fist, take them to the train station.
Yeah, pretty close to it.
And but the fact is, we've been having this conversation for a long time, and the problem persists. Nothing's changing. So let's get some real solutions, like some actionable steps that don't involve just forcing people into rehab that don't want to be there. I don't think the handout program's working. I feel like taxpayers are paying through the nose and the problem persists. And at the same time, the fentanyl industry in the United States, the government spends about twice what the cartels make every year. I don't know if you know that, but
I know that.
for all the money the cartels are making, the U.S. government is spending about double that
Oh, yeah.
on fentanyl treatment.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a homelessness industrial complex.
You know, our good old government, they do things to make money.
They do things to make money. You heard it here first. All right, guys, let's get something going. Talk to you later. Bye.